San Jose State enters a new era under Ken Niumatalolo, and it's going to be interesting to see what this new regime looks like. We take a look at the top 10 returning players that will help him in his cause and see what that new regime looks like and what this roster can do. When Brent Brennan left for Arizona, we knew that there was going to be a hemorrhaging of talent. We just didn't know how bad it was going to be. And at first, it seemed like nearly every player that was important from last year, including guys like Nick Nash, were headed to other schools. Now, granted, they got Nick Nash to come back, and that was a huge return for them. This is a guy who switched from quarterback and has made a major impact at the wide receiver position. He's done a great job of using his size, understanding how his frame needs to move as a wide receiver versus the quarterback. And that's going to be something that helps this team during this transitional period. With Siobhan Cordero gone, they need to figure out who's going to play quarterback. And that's going to take some time to find some chemistry. With a guy like Nash at 6'3", you're going to have a target downfield that will get open frequently, or you can just throw it deep and you know that he's going to be able to go get it. We saw a number of explosive catches from him, very acrobatic, athletic player, and he's going to do a lot of good things for this team. Going to the defensive side of the ball, again, another unit that took some big hits, but Jordan Pollard is back. The linebacker has been a leader for this group for a while now, and I think that this is one of the better retains by this team. Now, you're looking at a guy who is a leader on this defense, 79 tackles last year, 4 tackles for loss. With the players that they lost to the transfer portal, graduation, NFL draft, you're looking at Pollard to play a bigger role on this defense. And this was a defense that was pretty good against the pass. They finished 16th, but they were 102nd against the run. And you lost a number of key pieces in that front seven. So you're going to have to find a way to elevate your game there. And Pollard's going to play a big role to get those guys up to speed. So Ani Toya is one of those guys that will help Pollard in that cause. The D tackle had a great year for his career, 7 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, a disruptor up the middle. And again, you lost guys like Trey Smith departing means that Toya will play a bigger role. Now he's playing at the tackle position, so he's going to have to either be disruptive or learn how to not give up his gap and open things up even for guys behind him. That's going to be huge for this team because again, you lost a number of talented players, but someone like Toya plays a huge role because he can be disruptive. The numbers show that. And granted, yes, you are going into a season where you have a new staff coming into play. So you have to learn a new system. But Toya is a guy that I really like heading into 2024. Now, a player who didn't play a lot last year because you're looking at a bunch of different issues, injuries, and you look at what they had last year. Justin Lockhart is a welcomed addition. Now you have Nick Nash. We talked about him, but Lockhart's return is arguably one of the best that any group of 5 team has coming back. Lockhart was a big time player for San Jose State in 2022. He had 578 yards, averaged 16.1 yards per catch. Again, the quarterback position is going to be new, so that plays a huge role in their success. But this is a guy who can do a lot of good things as well. Another 6'3" receiver. So San Jose State is going to have some big time targets to find downfield. That makes the quarterback's life a lot easier. Now, a transfer that they got to help the secondary is Robert Rahimi. The Liberty transfer comes in at 6'1", 205 pounds, a little bit of everything kind of guy where he's going to move all around the secondary. He's going to move all around the defense and be able to make plays. You like what he can do deep downfield. Again, this is a group that finished 16th against the pass, and you're adding a player like him that could help elevate this group. Again, we lost a couple of players in that secondary to the transfer portal to graduation. So getting Rahimi was a big addition for this staff. Joining Pollard at the linebacker position, Taniela Latu, you're looking at a player who is just scratching the surface, I think, of what he can do. 44 tackles, 5 tackles for loss. There's a lot of exciting things coming back. A lot of exciting players coming back, I should say, for San Jose State. Latu is one of them. 6'1", 239 pounds. So he's a little bit bigger than Pollard. So he'll be able to handle life in the trenches pretty well. And now, like we said, he was part of the rotation last year. Now he gets to play a little bit bigger role because guys have left. We talked about the secondary. And while, yes, they had to go out and get a couple of players to add to this group, guys like DJ Harvey have opportunities to step up in a big way. Harvey was a rotational player last year, and they lost. San Jose State lost a couple corners. So now you're looking at Harvey to play a bigger role at 5'11, 181 pounds. And he's got a good frame to play the position. He's an experienced player who I think can take a step forward. And again, if this passing attack is as good as it was last year and the run defense improves, you're looking at a team that is going to be significantly better and really fun to watch in Niumatalolo's first year. It's funny that Niumatalolo comes in because you're looking at a guy who ran the triple option at Navy for so long, and you're expecting him to run the football. And he said he's not running the triple option here, but he still wants to run the ball. That being said, he's going to be tempted to throw with the guys they have coming back. Malachi Miller is another exciting player for San Jose State. Again, if this quarterback position gets figured out quickly, you have three big receivers coming back that can make a huge impact. Miller comes in at 6'4", 213 pounds, another big time player, another big frame to find downfield. And again, another guy you probably seeing maybe just scratching the surface of what he can do. 24 catches, 290 yards, one touchdown. If this is an improvement for the passing attack, which this is a group that finished 72nd, so not great, not bad, but not great. If they can take a step forward, they have the guys to have a really explosive year. Another player that's going to step up in 2024 is Michael Dansby. Again, you lose some key players in the secondary, a group that finished 16th, like I mentioned before. That is going to be a tough group to replace. However, you have talent coming back. Brent Brennan did a great job of recruiting guys to fit into that culture, and we'll see if they can fit into Kenny and Montalolo's culture as well. But you have some veterans coming back, like Michael Dansby, that can make an impact right off the bat. They can win a starting job, and they can make sure that there's not much of a drop off. If that is the case, again, San Jose State could be a really fun team to watch in 2024. Maybe not a Mountain West contender, but I think that Kenny Matalo has done surprising things before. So getting this team to be a surprise in the Mountain West wouldn't shock me at all. And then finally, we've been talking about it all video, the quarterback position. Jay Butterfield could be the answer to the replacement for Siobhan Cordero. Only had 80 yards last year, one touchdown. Not really sure what we're going to get from the former Oregon transfer, but at 6'6", I mean, this passing attack might be one of the tallest in college football this year. Absolute big frames that could have a major impact. And it's going to be weird again to see a Neomatololo team throw the ball maybe as much as they're going to do this year. Butterfield has a lot to prove. He has some big shoes to fill after Cordero departs, but I think that if he can get the job done, he has the tools, he has the frame to be a really good passer. And if he can find chemistry with those receivers, San Jose State is not going to be a fun team to face.